How can you be that different?
I think for a start we are. So, Coco Chanel said, if you want to be irreplaceable, you must be different. So, if you look around the panel, there's only one regulated MTF for spot FX. I'm never going to say, David, you don't need to be regulated for spot FX. Correct, but you do for margin FX. And if you look at what's happening in the US now about CEFs and pushing all non-spot products onto essentially cleared venues. Now, spot FX, of course, the CME are there and have had regulated FX for a long time. So I think that's different. And what do you have this different day? You have a published book. You have a level playing field for all. Of course, speed comes into it, but it's speed, it's scalability, it's the robustness of exchange, and it's that quality of execution. So let's go outside of FX for a minute and have a look at Google versus Yahoo. They're the same, right? Only one's different. You know which one wins. You know when you try to do the same thing on Yahoo, you end up with Google every time. So the customer decides, and it's an experiential product. So I think the way the world's going and the way people want greater transparency and they want quality and consistent execution, you're moving towards a regulated, public, published rulebook, like the CME. And I think I'm the only guy up here, otherwise it's got that. And you've got to back it up, you've got to bring customers to the table.
You're the only registered MTF, but you've got CME, which is the same model.
They'll do spot FX, last time I looked.
Okay.
CFTC said 2 months ago that certain European MTFs will be given comparable CEF status. So that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, so you're quite confident that...
And it's nowhere near as expensive as some of the behemoths in the industry will tell you, some of the legacy businesses will tell you. Again, look, it is using modern technology. So we've had all the rules, all the alerts for inverted markets, perceived market manipulation for 2-3 years built in.
Yeah.
You just do it yourself. There's a technology overhead, so to launch it's expensive, to run it is not expensive. And I've sat here before with exchanges telling us they've got 200 compliance professionals. I've got 3. But I have got the equivalent of 100 with technology. So I don't think it's scary. I think we're set up. If you look at the 3 different exchanges that we run, we have a central cleared model for non-FX products. We have a CCP for LMAX INTERBANK, and we have bilateral prime brokerage for the normal margin FX business. It's not difficult. I run it with the same market operations team of 10 people. But you've just got to harness the technology in the right way, and I think legacy businesses need to look at that and basically step up and come to 2013.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people can go around and say, David, go to Japan. Honestly, go to Japan anytime. Any broker will show you choice price, 0.2, all day long, euro dollar. $1 million top of the book. It's nonsense. There's market makers out here, real market makers with real liquidity. That's not the price. So you might as well have no price. So come on, a tight price that you can't hit. Right, 10% projections. I've yet to meet a buy-side customer that said, yes, I'd rather be priced with last look. Number one. But I understand there's a challenge. So, our MTF only works with the support of our market makers, banks, non-banks. It has to work for them, it has to be profitable for them. So we try and give them tools without last look that means that can happen. So they can cancel and replace an order right now in less than half a millisecond. In fact, the fastest is 200 microseconds. That means they're not getting hit on a stale price.
Yeah.
Now, what's last look there for? Someone said on the previous panel, it was a business solution to a technology problem. So if a venue wants to offer no last look, it needs to give some tools to the market makers so they can price accurately, so they can defend themselves. Now, other venues that have last look, quite simply, the market makers know there could be a stale price there, and they're offside immediately. So if I go out there and say, look guys, it happens to be in our rule book, we're an MTF, it's exchange style execution, we can't offer a last look, obviously. But then I need to also protect the market makers, and we do that through accuracy of pricing, and also the buy-side benefits. And as an industry, you have to understand that That experience is awful. The rejection rate in a fast market is awful. Collectively, you win if volumes go up, if more and more clients hit the price that they see. So, it's just not a great advert for FX. So, okay, let the best venue win, let the best price maker win. But let's do it the right way. Let's look at other asset classes and let people hit the price they see. There's no point, and the market makers know themselves, there's no point in showing a tight price that you can't hit.
No, but this is a genuine question. Are we dealing in semantics whereby we have now, you're talking about an environment where it's you missed the deal as opposed to being rejected?
That's nonsense, right? It's been rejected, it's been requoted, right? 200 milliseconds in a fast market is forever, okay? More and more, people think there's a whole world of Mr. and Mrs. Watanabe out there. Mr. and Mrs. Watanabe now have EAs you can buy on eBay, right, for $100. So whether it be an EA or an API, this is what's happening. There's smarter execution out there. But guess what? Our market makers are smart. They're really smart. And if you give them the tools, if you help them develop their business, then they can work out how that can be profitable.
Yeah.
And guess what? With an exchange type venue, they get all the flow.
Okay. April 2012 to April 2013, 350 yards a day more went through just in spot yen. Where did it go? I think it went to, no, it did not go to you, Mercer. Don't wish about it.
I wish.
Yeah, I mean, clearly a lot of it went to the banks and they were internalising a lot of this flow. There's more to it. So is that actually something you guys are concerned about going forward? Should you be concerned about it?
I think it's brilliant. What would you do if you were in their shoes? Of course.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm talking about from your business perspective.
It's better for us. It's the most logical thing for them to do. I hope I can bring them buy-side flow, which they can internalise, right, and profit from. Because guess what happens then? Because then they aggress, they skew, they tighten, they want more of my flow. So our customers benefit, the whole market benefits.